Please remain standing, and at this time we'd like to welcome Zachary Tackett, a senior in Homeland Security, for the presentation of colors.
Color guard, attend hut. Color guard, forward march. Color guard, post colors. Color guard, present arms. At this time, I would like to welcome Pioneer Performing Arts students to the podium for the singing of our national anthem. Color guard, order arms. Color guard, fold out. Color guard, dismissed.
You may be seated. Good afternoon and welcome to the Pioneer Career and Technology Center Senior Moment Ceremony. My name is Clay Fry, Director of Operations of the Pioneer Career and Technology Center. Today we will be awarding career passports to each of our seniors and recognizing them for their outstanding accomplishments. Over the past 2 years, the staff at the Pioneer Career Center has been very fortunate to be a part of these students' lives. We hope to show our gratitude today for their hard work and dedication. Before we begin today's ceremony, I would like to ask all of our Pioneer Career and Technology Center staff in the crowd to please stand. At this time, I would like to welcome the president of the Pioneer Career and Technology Center Board of Education, Mr. Doug Thaker, to the podium as today's guest speaker.
Good afternoon. Wonderful to see you all. Did you know that today is National Nurses Day? Do I have any nurses in here or potential nurses? Frontline people saving our lives every day. We thank you very, very much. When I came here this morning, I, of course, obviously look at the electronic sign out in front. Your career path starts here. Boy, isn't that the truth? And ladies and gentlemen, I can't tell you how badly this country needs you. We really do. Years ago, this country was involved in what was called World War II. 16 million Americans put on the uniform to serve this country. That era is coming to a close. Now, the good part is we have a new era. That's what America's all about, and that new era is you. And I thank you for that. Consequently, I'm going to ask you to remind yourself that Sunday is Mother's Day. So why don't you just give your mother a big hug and thank her for being who she is and for raising you. One more thing now, on the 30th is Memorial Day. Don't forget that. There's 16 million and many, many more. Probably many of you in the audience have served this great country, and we thank you for that. Throughout today, next week, and maybe the week after, the one word you're going to hear a lot of, and you deserve it, it's called congratulations. So I got Old Webster out and I looked it up and I thought, gee, what does congratulations really mean? It means good for you. And I mean that, good for you. I wish you well. I wish you the best. You got a good, sound education right here. But I don't know whether it's bad news or not. It's not really, but it's not over. Now, don't jump up and run out yet. You mean there's more? Yeah, there really is. Someone once said you'll be educated from the womb to the tomb. That means from birth to death. Now, it's not going to be formal education sitting in a classroom. It could be. You could be going to a tech school from here or college. But when you get your job or the job you might already have, you are going to be trained and retrained and retrained. If you go into the military, I can assure you, I was there, you were there, you trained the whole time. So it's not over. It's not going to be over. You are going to be educated, educated, educated. But your basic, your foundation is right here. The first thing you've got to do is start telling yourself, wait a minute. Am I saying you talk to yourself? You bet you do. In fact, you're probably doing it right now. You're probably saying, is this guy ever going to get over with? I need places to go. I got things to do. The question is not, Do you talk yourself? You do. We all do. The question is, what are you saying about that special person in your life? You. Yeah. You. I hope by now that you have, and I want you to continue to talk positive. Tell yourself the good things about you. Because you see, whatever you tell yourself, believe me, that's exactly what's going to happen. If you tell yourself you're dumb, guess what? That's exactly what you're going to be. So cut out that nonsense and start telling the truth that you are special. As a matter of fact, you are God's greatest creation. Think about that. God created you. And he or she created the best. Never before and never again will there ever be another you. That's what I mean. You're special. Yeah. You don't believe me? Well, I'll tell you what. There are 320 million Americans, and there's not another American like you. You're it. I'll tell you what. Take your hands, turn them over. You're going to see your fingerprints. Nobody ever before and nobody ever again will have your fingerprints. That's how special you are. No one will ever have your eyes again. You're it. You are truly one of a kind. That's fantastic, folks. That's almost unbelievable, but it's the truth. It really is. So you haven't. It's time now to start telling yourself, hey, I'm really okay. I'm going to make a contribution, not only to me, but to my family and to my country. A number of years ago, before Mr. Nikolai was here, the superintendent was a gentleman by the name of Mr. Plotz. And I always admired Mr. Plotz because he ran around with a little badge on his lapel that said attitude. And someone once said, attitude isn't important, it's everything. Your attitude is going to determine your altitude. You want to fly at 30,000 feet? Yes, you do. Of course you do. Have the right and positive attitude about you. That's what it's all about. You see, you can do whatever you want to do, you can go wherever you want to go, and you can be whatever you want to be. What do you think of that? You want to be CEO of a corporation? You can do it. You're an American. It's the brave who continually every day to bring us the freedom that we have. You want to be president of the United States? How about that old adage? You can do that. You can be a teacher at Pioneer. How about that? I mean, that's the top drawer stuff, isn't it? Absolutely. Remember now, think positive about yourself. You can go where you want to go, you can do what you want to do, and you can be what you want to be. It all depends on what you are saying to you about yourself. Now someday, and maybe already, most of you are already at work. As I told you before, believe me, there are millions of jobs out there waiting for you to fill those seats because America needs you very badly. But you know, again, it's more than that. My motto for years has been a badge that I wore. I don't have it today. Where did I do with that badge? Anyway, it says, I love my job. And I know you're cringing and you're gritting your teeth and you're saying, oh my goodness gracious, who in the world could ever love their job? Well, let me tell you what. There's only going to be one thing that you're going to do in your whole life more now than go to work. That's sleep. Your whole life is going to be a career, which again, as I said, your foundation was here, your training began here, now you go from there. But since it's going to be a lifetime experience, gee, don't go to work grungy or crappy or you don't like it. If you do, change your careers. Get something that you love because it's your life. It's your life, and that's very important. Last night I clicked on a little TV and they were telling me that in Columbus, Ohio, they are desperately looking for police officers, $67,000 a year. We were about 80% fulfilling of our semi-truck drivers in this country. You know, those are the guys that, believe it or not, bring that stuff to Kroger's and to Walmart, to Meijer and what have you. I need you guys to put those groceries on the shelf. $100,000 a year driving semi-truck. I could go on and on and on. All those occupations are needed, and you are the ones that are going to fulfill them. I'm looking down at this group down here. Back in the old days, you want to hear a story about the old days? Let me give you a story about the old days. That's where you went out in the backyard, you pushed your car to the closest tree, you hung a chain over it, and you pulled the engine out. You got to be kidding. Whoa! I know what you're thinking. How old am I? Must be older than Methuselah. Well, I guess I am, but you don't do that anymore. It takes a lot of brain power, and my need is to have my car fixed, and so there are thousands and thousands of other people. You know, I love the mission of this school. A skill for every graduate. A skill for every graduate. That's what we need. You know, I can't say it enough. I can't promote it enough. I can't shout it to the skies enough. We need your skills in this country today. Well, thank you very much to you students. Thank you for choosing Pioneer. I'm extremely proud to be part of this organization. Yeah, I really am. I'm proud to be president of the board, and by the way, it's the board that I'm representing here today, speaking to you. But we thank you. We thank you for choosing Pioneer. Remember now, life is a choice. You decide the direction you want to go. You can be what you want to be, you can go where you want to go, and you can do what you want to do. Once again, congratulations to all of you. God bless you, and may God bless America. Thank you.
Thank you, Mr. Thaker. Each year, Pioneer Career Center selects one senior to receive the Byron Carmine Character, Dedication, and Service Award. We are happy to have this year's winner as our student speaker, Ken Chang.
Good evening, everybody. I hope you are all enjoying this beautiful day outside. The weather forecast is Gotham City. We have been in school now for 13 years. The world is in front of us. Some going straight into the workforce, some going to college, and everything else in between. We are officially leaving the nest. In life, you will be thrown setbacks, losses, and disappointments. When these hit, remember that they are all just normal aspects of life. Sometimes you need to feel a burn to know you can't touch the stove. In lab last year, around this time, we had a 1v1 tournament. Mr. Millward was expected to win, and of course, I couldn't understand. When looking at him, you don't see someone who's good at basketball. You see a tall, skinny man with some questionable fashion choices. He's built like the crane in Kung Fu Panda, Violet from The Incredibles, Gwen Stefani, and he dresses like a mannequin at Kohl's. So we get to the tournament, and guess who's in the finals? Me and Mr. Millward. When I tell you the footwork, the post moves, the sky hook, he looked like a prime Kareem Abdul-Jabbar. He beat me so bad. I almost went into cosmetology. I was thinking of changing career paths because I felt like I would be a natural. Taking losses is all a part of life, and being able to learn and grow from these experiences will shape you into a much better person. Don't get discouraged, keep moving forward, and when life throws you a basketball, keep shooting because eventually you will make that shot. Thank you for your time.
Thank you, Ken. We're finally at the presentation of the passports, what the students have been waiting for. Our final presentation today is the Career Passport, awarded to the students who have met the requirements for completion of a Pioneer Career and Technology Center training program. I would like to welcome Mrs. Robin Hager, Social Studies instructor at Pioneer, to the podium. Mrs. Hager.
Good afternoon. Please hold your applause until each program has been recognized. Automotive Technology, Mr. David Such. Dakota Blankenship. Alan Conant. Emily Hale. Gavin Miller. Autumn Paul. Anthony Randolph. Enrique Roblero. Xander Seffens. Donovan Stage. Caden Vaughn. Adam Workman. Elias Wright. Automotive Technology Level 1, Mrs. Christy Smith. Joseph Fikes. Christopher Lee. Michael Ray. Daniel Shamball. Anthony Stover. Carpentry, Mr. Justin Tuttle. Joseph Benavides. Landon Bricker. Gage Daniels. Hayden Drake. Caden Emery. Cheyenne Goodwin. Aaron Harmon. Christopher Kent II. Noah Light. Zachary Mills. Zachariah Newman. Aiden Prosser. Braxton Scott. Darren Young. Collision Repair, Mr. Paul Brown. Bradley Barnett. Noah Haley. Dylan Lane. Kevin Lee. Emma Mae Myers. Landon Early. Zachary Vanek. Construction, Level 1, Mr. Mike Smith. Joseph Binder. Ricardo Gomez Santos. Stephanie Lindsay. Clayton Miller. Michael Tagg. Cosmetology, Mrs. Darlene Doherty. Ariana Chesser. Anayana Collier. Tia Hart. Caitlin Kodalik. Quistis McPeak. Ella Menke. Ella Pfeiffer. Hannah Smith. Liliana Snyder. Engineering Design Technology, Mr. Matt Hanning. Logan Clapp. Jackson Dawson. Luke Donahue. Abigail Egia. Logan Frazier. Evan Green. Graham Harvey. Anthony McElwain. James Perry. Ethan Spencer. Kaylee Stein. Exercise Science, Sports Medicine, Mr. Mike Millward. Dakota Barnes. Jordan Balakovsky. Kenichi Chang. Ryan Chapman. Angel Klein. Tyler Daniels. Chelsea Dobbensbeck. Dane Irvin. Thomas Faulkner. Mackenzie Fishman. Sophia Humphrey. Trevor McLott. Jordan McDaniel. Kylie McKee. Doran Steele. Aaron Stevens. Caden Struminger. Morgan Tyner. Alexis Thompson. Kyle Walters. Home remodeling, Mr. Terry Stewart. Summer Clavier. Lucas Cochran. Anthony Gurman. Paul Hart. Jaron Houston. Carson James. Skylar Lohr. Jacob McGuire. Curtis Porter. Kaylee Poth. Juana Rodriguez. Aaliyah Truesdell. Bradley Watt. Okay, thanks. Homeland Security and Terrorism, Mr. Eric Winbigler. Chase Bailey. Caitlin Bujlik. Dalton Deal. Christian Downs. Micah Karcher. Adeline Leach. Alexander Leach. Zoe McGinty. Carla McMillan. Chloe Poor. Chase Potter. Alan Reinhardt. Andrew Shire Mock. Jeremiah Steele. Zachary Tackett. Caitlin Thompson. Caden Young. Thank you. Horticulture, Mrs. Sandy Grau. Jasmine Brooks. Abigail Krager. Emma Green. Becca Henderson. Haley Holsinger. Kylie Mosley. Elizabeth Sedarin. Thank you. Industrial Electricity Technician, Mr. Jim Ripple. Joshua Beebe. Caden Bowles. Gage Bryan. Clayton Easterday. Drew Erickson. Nathaniel Hammond. Jimmy Hignite. Isaac Ingalls. Gavin Jones. Carson McLaughlin. Seth Pittenger. Emma Roos. Kai Rollins. Michael Sadowski. Thank you. IT support, Mr. Dan Foss. Bryce Chevalier. James Finello. Breton Graska. Bryce Hale. Joshua Koheiser. Ethan Mullins. Austin Newbacher. Brock Nolan. Landon Perry. Rossi Ramey. Angel Schaefer. Colton Stanley. Caleb Stewart. Dylan Whistler. Masonry, Mr. Grant Brockwell. Bryson Earhart. Jer Flores. Graham Geisman. Eric Lara. Connor Robbins. Corey Rocker. Chad Setzer. Joshua Studer. Power Equipment Mechanics, Mr. Rick Harvey. Alexis Beeman. Jeremy Baranka. Damian Conklin. Caden Hall. Dalton Haney. Nicholas Huber. John Long. Jaden McLean. Caleb Picklesheimer. Jamison Young. Thank you. Precision Machining Technologies, Mr. Chris Carl. Braxton Baker. Brandon Daly. Chase Easterday. Benjamin Faust. Nathan Ganshorn. Weston Ginther. Ryan Hazenzahl. Max Hornbeck. Dylan Jones. Aaron Lambert. Justin Landis. Wyatt Martin. Kyler Shepard. Peyton Sturts. Kane Tabor. Camden Vanderpool. Blake Zeeler. William Zerzow. Web page design and programming, Mrs. Mary Ann Ritchie. Jesse Caines. Brock Foreman. Alexander Gremmer. Madeline McMillan. Robert Sklar. Jordan Thornton. And Carter Wright. At this time, we will have the presentation of the senior class video.
Hope when you take that jump, you don't feel the fall. Hope when the water rises, you built a wall. Hope when the crowd screams out, you're screaming your name. Hope if everybody runs, you choose to stay. Hope that you fall in love and it hurts so bad. Hey, the only way you can know, you give it all you had. And I hope that you don't suffer, but take the pain. Hope when the moment comes, you'll say, I swear I lived. Hope that you spend your days, but they all add up. And when that sun goes down, hope you raise your cup. Oh, I wish that I could witness all your joy and all your pain. But until my moment comes, I'll say I did it all. I did it all. I owned every second that this world could give. I saw so many places, the things that I did. And with every broken bone, I swear I lived.
the shed. She was looking kind of dumb with her finger and her thumb in the shape of an L on her forehead. Well, the years start coming and they don't stop coming. Fed to the rules and I hit the ground running. Didn't make sense not to live for fun. Your brain gets smart but your head gets dumb. So much to do, so much to see. So what's wrong with taking the back streets? You'll never know if you don't go. You'll never shine if you don't glow. Hey now, you're an all-star. Get your game on, go play. Hey now, you're a rock star. Get the show on, get paid. And all that glitters is gold. Only shooting stars break the mold. It's a cool place, and they say it gets colder. You're bundled up now, wait till you get older. But the media men beg to differ. Judging by the hole in the satellite picture, the ice we skate is getting pretty thin. The water's getting warm, so you might as well swim. My world's on fire, how about yours? That's the way I like it and I'll never get bored. Hey now, you're an all-star. Get your game on, go play. Hey now, you're a rock star. Get the show on, get paid. All that glitters is gold. Only shooting stars break the mold. Hey now, you're an all-star. Get your game on, go play. Hey now, you're a rock star. Get the show on, get paid. And all that glitters is gold. Only shooting stars. Somebody once asked, could I spare some change for gas? I need to get myself away from this place. I said, yeah, what a concept. I could use a little fuel myself, and we could all use a little change. Well, the years start coming and they don't stop coming. Fed to the rules and I'll hit the ground running. Didn't make sense not to live for fun. Your brain gets smart but your head gets dumb. So much to do, so much to see. So what's wrong with taking the back streets? You'll never know if you don't go. You'll never shine if you don't glow. Hey now, you're an all-star. Get your game on, go play. Hey now, you're a rock star. Get the show on, get paid. And all that glitters is gold. Only shooting stars break the mold. And all that glitters is gold. Only shooting stars break the mold.
Had to have high hopes for a living. Shooting for the stars when I couldn't make a killing. Didn't have a dime, but I always had a vision. Always had high hopes. Had to have high hopes for a living. Didn't know how, but I always had a feeling. I was gonna be that one in a million. Always had high hopes. Mama said, fulfill the prophecy, be something great. Go make a legacy, manifest destiny. Back in the days we wanted everything, wanted everything. Mama said, burn your biographies, rewrite your history. Light up your wildest dreams, museum victories. Every day we wanted everything, wanted everything. Mama said, don't give up, it's a little complicated. All tied up, no more love, and I'd hate to see you waiting. Had to have high hopes for a living. Shooting for the stars when I couldn't make a killing. Didn't have a dime, but I always had a vision. Always had high hopes. Had to have high hopes for a living. Didn't know how, but I always had a feeling. I was gonna be that one in a million. Always had high hopes. Mama said, so built for oddities, stranger could say. a little complicated. All tied up, no more love, and I'd hate to see you waiting. They say it's all been done, but they haven't seen the best of me. So I got one more run, and it's gonna be a sight to see. Had to have high hopes for a living, shooting for the stars when I couldn't make a killing. Didn't have a dime, but I always had a vision, always had high hopes. Had to have high hopes for a living, didn't know how, but I always had a feeling I was gonna be that one in a million. Always had high hopes. Had to have high hopes for a living, shooting for the stars when I couldn't make a killing. Didn't have a dime, but I always had a vision, always had high hopes. Had to have high hopes for a living, didn't know how, but I always had a feeling I was gonna be that one in a million. Always had high hopes.
I turned on the evening news, saw an old man being interviewed, turning 102 today. They asked him what's the secret to life. He looked up from his old pipe, laughed and said, all I can say is, don't blink. Just like that, you're 6 years old and you take a nap and you wake up and you're 25. Then your high school sweetheart becomes your wife. Don't blink, you just might miss your babies growing like mine did, turning into moms and dads. Next thing you know, you better have a 50 years as they're in bed, and you pray and God takes you instead. Trust me, friend, 100 years goes faster than you think. So don't blink. Well, I was glued to my TV when it looked like he looked at me and said, best start putting first things first. 'Cause when your hourglass runs out of sand, you can't flip it over and start again. Take every breath God gives you for what it's worth. And don't blink, just like that, you're 6 years old and you take a nap and you wake up and you're 25. Then your high school sweetheart becomes your wife. Don't blink, you just might miss your babies growing like mine did, turning into moms and dads. Next thing you know, you better have a 50 years as they're in bed, and you pray and God takes you instead. Trust me, friend, 100 years goes faster than you think. So don't blink. I've been trying to slow it down, I've been trying to take it easy, in this here today, gone tomorrow world we're living in. So don't blink, just like that, you're 6 years old and you take a nap and you wake up and you're 25. Then your high school sweetheart becomes your wife. Don't blink, just might miss your babies growing like mine did, turning into moms and dads. Next thing you know, you better have a 50 years as they're in bed, and you pray and God takes you instead. Trust me, friend, 100 years goes faster than you think.
Before I bring Mr. Nikolai up for our closing comments, can we have one round of applause for the class of 2022? To close our ceremony, Pioneer Superintendent Mr. Greg Nikolai will come to the podium.
Thank you. I have the dubious honor of being, number one, following the video, and number two, standing in the way of the end of the ceremony and the end of school. And since it's 1:45 and school doesn't get out till 2:25, looks like I've got quite a bit of time to speak. No? Okay. I'll keep it short, I promise. I promise. Senior Moments is kind of our ceremonial end to your career here at Pioneer. And I say ceremonial because final grades have not been turned in yet. So seniors, if you got some outstanding assignments or anything that might still be due, don't forget about that. One of the neat things about this ceremony is I'm going to talk about a topic that has yet to be discussed, and I think it's really impressive that it hasn't been. I'm going to start by asking you this. Who remembers what happened on March 12th of 2020? Raise your hand if you remember that date, if that date sticks in your mind for any reason. That was the day that it was announced that we were all going home and that school was being transitioned to online, remote, whatever version your homeschool called it. You were sophomores. I'm sure you were sitting in class wondering what the heck is going on and what's going to happen now. You'd already received your acceptance letters to Pioneer. You knew what programs you were in, but you had no idea what it was going to look like. In fact, we didn't have any idea what it was going to look like because it's kind of tough to be a hands-on school remotely or via the computer. So we didn't know what it was going to look like. Some of you called, some of your parents made phone calls to us asking us what school was going to be like. And quite frankly, for the rest of that year and into the summer, we weren't real sure. We had to make it up as we went along. It was quite an experience. Fast forward to last school year, the 2021 school year, your junior year. You remember you went to school on Mondays and Tuesdays. You had Wednesdays where you did all remote work, and then you were back with us on Thursdays and Fridays. And I know you spent all day on Wednesday diligently at your Chromebooks poring over all of your online assignments. I know that's how it was. Especially since they weren't due till Sunday night, the following Sunday night. And then we fast forward to this past summer and working into this school year, your senior year. We know that your sophomore year was kind of chaotic, especially the end. We know that your junior year was kind of chaotic. So we set a goal here at Pioneer, and I know all of your homeschools did as well, to try and make it as normal as possible. And what I'm really proud of in terms of what you did this year, what your teachers did this year, the way Pioneer responded is it was a pretty normal school year. We started out with some unique and unusual things that we had to deal with, but by the time we got to second semester, especially this spring, it's been a pretty normal school year, and we're really excited that you were able to conclude your high school career in as normal a fashion as possible. A couple of things that I want you to keep in mind, and I'm speaking specifically to our seniors. A couple of things that I want you to remember. Number one, and Mr. Thaker touched on it earlier, when you walk out the doors for the final time, whenever that is for you and your homeschool, you're going to walk out with college credits in many cases, industry credentials in many cases, lots of high-quality, world-class training in all cases, and a very bright future. He talked about that internal talk that we all have with ourselves. Trust me, when I was sitting up here with him, what my thought was is, what am I going to say to him? How am I going to say it? That was my internal talk for that time. All of you have it. We all have it all the time. Make sure that you remember everything that you took with you when you left Pioneer. Also remember what you overcame to get to this point. You did something that was truly, and I'm not exaggerating one bit, unprecedented, not only in the state of Ohio, not only in the United States, but worldwide. You went through 2 years of education in a worldwide pandemic, and you came out stronger and better for it. No one has ever done this before. There's never been a senior class that endured what you endured. So know that everything you did made you a better person, made you a better student, and gave you a brighter future. The next thing I want you to keep in mind is that you did it together. Whether you think of Pioneer as your lab and those people that you were with for 2.5 hours every day, whether it was those people that you sat with in your academic classes, just remember that you did it together, because none of us get where we are in life without other people. If you think back to this past November, Thanksgiving time, we all had a Thanksgiving feast. And one of the things that I said to you was it was very important at that time of year, and also at this time of year, to reflect back on all the people that helped you get where you are, and to make sure that you took a moment to thank them. So please, during this time of celebration and congratulations, as Mr. Thaker said, make sure that you thank those people that helped you get to this point. Parents, grandparents, other family members, family friends, your teachers, your friends in class, all of those people make us who we are and helped us get to where we are today. Last but not least, the last song in your video goes like this in the chorus, and I'm not going to sing it. I'm just going to quote it. 100 years goes faster than you think. You're sitting out there and you're 17, 18, 19 years old, however old you are, and you have your entire life ahead of you. But don't blink, because it won't be long and you'll be at that age where you're thinking back on a 40-year career, and you want to make sure that you made the most of it. Take advantage of every skill that you learned here. Take advantage of every opportunity that you were given here and that you have in your future, and make sure that you make the best of it. At this time, we are going to dismiss. Seniors, you are free to go, but please don't interrupt the other classes as you exit. If you're a driver and you're going to your cars, please make sure that you do so respectfully and quietly in the hallways. If you're going with parents, you're welcome to go right now. If you're a bus rider, and your buses may not be here yet, hang out in the cafeteria until your buses get here. Thank you all for coming this afternoon. Thank you all for choosing Pioneer. Have a safe trip home.